Welcome to CNTV. I'm Brad Klon.
And I'm Quin Tran. Well, Brad, you and I know the impact of music, learning to play an instrument.
And so much good can come from that. A local musician and his wife, who is Chickasaw, hope to inspire young learners through a unique Chickasaw Press book that was just released.
It's a book of piano solos that take us on a Chickasaw adventure.
The more you teach, the more you know the repertoire, and knowing the repertoire is the key to being a good teacher.
Skye Garcia knows this music well. He composed it. The music is from Ofiî Tohbiî Ishtoʻ and the Chickasaw Clan Animals, the first piano music book published by the Chickasaw Press. The idea was influenced by another Chickasaw Press children's book, Funny Funny.
What if we wrote a book for piano students introducing the culture, the clans, and the animals using elementary songs? The motivation behind this was to preserve, to promote, and to teach Chickasaw culture. So the songs preserve it. You've got the animals, you've got the text, the instruments in the book, promoting it so that when you actually play these songs, people become more aware of the nation.
The retired music professor collaborated with his wife, Chickasaw citizen Sarah Gilmore Garcia. Inspired by her own Chickasaw family history, she researched the clan animals and illustrated the music book.
I wrote the lyrics after we talked about, what all their characteristics were. And so the animals are inspired by the lyrics, mostly. Like the shawi, the raccoon, in the lyrics it talks about him going through the garbage cans and picking out things and being curious. So in his picture you see him sitting with a can has a treble clef on it, a little music can there. I think the hardest animal to draw was Ofiî Tohbiî, in that he's been drawn so many times by a lot of different artists. So my inspiration for him was my son's two dogs, Maple and Daisy. Drew them into Ofiî Tohbiî. Through this book, I learned so much about my heritage. There's nothing like it in the piano world out there right now. It is a unique book that teaches culture, it teaches language. Besides the music, it's just a new way of presenting the story of the Chickasaw Nation.
The book features 6 piano songs, each with Chickasaw titles, referencing a clan animal.
We really wanted to do that. We didn't want to call the first song Alligator, subtitle Homeland. We want this to be about the Chickasaw culture. And within the lyric, it actually explains that Homeland is an alligator. And the lyric actually says, alligator fierce and strong, we protect the people, unconquered, unconquerable. I want them to enjoy playing the piano, of course, but I want them to become more aware of their culture. That this is my history, this is a part of my story.
I've always appreciated the Chickasaw Nation because of their commitment to the arts and music, and Chickasaw people just really wanting to enhance the lives of the people.
People that now include their first granddaughter, Meredith.
It's a legacy. It's like seeing the world all over again, fresh, through the eyes of the child as they see it for the first time. I probably have inspiration for the next 20 years looking at me, which is kind of fun.
And I think if she sees this book someday, can read the stories, play the piano, hopefully she'll want to do that, that it will make a difference in children's lives, that they'll really get excited about being Chickasaw, get excited about the language and the music, and doing their own thing, telling their own stories.
Students enjoy the solos, fun music, and illustrations. We hope the couple will do another book.
You can get the music book at chickasawpress.com. Again, the title is Ofiî Tohbiî Ishtoʻ and the Chickasaw Clan Animals. March 1st is the deadline to apply for the Chickasaw Explorers Archaeological program. It's a 2-week journey to the historic Chickasaw homeland. Participants take part in fieldwork by learning to recover and document artifacts there on site. The trip to the Chickasaw homeland in Mississippi and Alabama is set for May 23rd to June 7th. Travel and lodging expenses are provided. For full details, call this number or visit the web address on your screen. Families will be heading to Sulphur, Oklahoma for this popular event held during spring break, the Three Sisters Celebration at the Chickasaw Cultural Center. The annual event marks the changing of the season and the planting of crops known as the Three Sisters: corn, beans, and squash. The celebration is held March 18th through the 22nd. There's no charge. Come explore and learn more about Chickasaw culture through the Three Sisters celebration.
After a delay because of the California fires, an award-winning play written by Chickasaw citizen Laura Shamus takes the stage in Burbank, California this month. The title, For Women in Red.
It's a piece that stars 4 Native American women who are searching for their loved ones who have disappeared. So it's a play about resilience, and I'm very, very proud of what it says about Native women, being in the forefront of the movement, about missing and murdered Indigenous women, and also trying to raise awareness of what a crisis we're in about missing and murdered Indigenous people. And I should say, there were 2 winners of this award in Los Angeles in 2023, so I was just one of 2 winners. Usually, though, they award 3 of them a year. So in my year, they just awarded 2, and I felt just incredibly shocked, to be honest, and humbled that I was one of the winners. And now the play is going up in Los Angeles. That's part of the theater. Also, I got $20,000 for the play for winning. I won that. And then the theater who nominated it also got $20,000, and the Victory Theater in Burbank, California. So it's a really excellent cast.
You wrote the story several years ago, and then it became a virtual play during the pandemic. And then now it's caught the attention that awarded you this honor.
I'm very shocked and humbled by it. That my play made anybody feel something, it also means a great deal to me, And I've met some of the judges now in the last year, and they've all said things to me about it too, which meant a lot to me as well.
You were born and raised in Oklahoma, living now in Southern California. Share how your Chickasaw and Oklahoma roots play a part in what you produce.
I first started writing Indigenous Native American roles for the theater in 1980. So when I was growing up, my mother directed, she still directs, and she directed Hane Gigama's play 49 for American Indian Theater, and that was in Tulsa. And that was really my introduction to new plays from a Native American tradition. My Chickasaw background is a foundational aspect of how I see my identity. My mother is Chickasaw. I was born in Stillwater and lived there, and also lived in Ponca City, and then went to grade school, junior high, and high school in Tulsa. And so those are foundational years of who I am and how it shapes the way I see the world, and what I think justice is, and what I think love is, and what I think right and wrong is, and just an overall sense of the things that matter most to me at this age. It totally is the lens through which I view those topics, I would say. Sometimes people ask me, well, how can writers get into it, or how do you write something? How do you know something is good when you write it? Well, I never know if anything is good when I write it. I never do. But when I write about something I care about, I think that shows. I think any writer, if you care about something, that shows in your work. And that's my advice to people who are trying to write. Write about those things you care about, because passion for a topic cannot help but come through in your writing. And I have enormous passion about this topic.
Her award-winning play opened on February 14th. For Women in Red runs through March 23rd at the Victory Theater Center in Burbank. We're so glad you spent time with us here on CNTV.
And we'll see you back here soon.